What's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and we are back here on Pokemon Showdown today. It's like past 1 a.m. right now, so I figured what better thing to do than hop on Showdown and do some laddering. But now, in all seriousness, I really wanted this live to be up today. We're using a Flynium Z Tornadus team, which was passed to me by Taste Breeze over on Discord, so big shoutouts to him. But pretty standard set right here of Hurricane, Taunt, Superpower, and Knockoff. Superpower can be really clutch to hit stuff like Dragon-Danced Mega Tyranitar, or even just bulky variants, as well as Heatran, which otherwise evolves the set pretty well. We have a pretty defensive Rotom-Wash right here with the 50% vary, Defog, and Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, and Hydro Pump. Really great Landorus T-Switch, and it's like the Landorus T counter in the tier. And unless it's Smackdown or Gravity, we can take that thing on. Our Stealth Rocker is Metronome Mamoswine, which I've never actually used Mamoswine in OU before, so I'm really excited to see how it does, especially since Joey did his whole Mamoswine to the top thing, and that is now over. But I definitely want to see how whether Mamoswine can come through this live, so hopefully it can do some work. Scarflander is pretty standard set right here. It is our Hazard Control with Defog alongside Rotom, just as a failsafe, but U-Turn, HP Ice, and Earthquake is pretty standard. Leftovers Clefable, Calm Mind, Stored Power. Connect is a really nice bulky sweeper in case the opponent is not prepared. And then just Spikes, Leech Seed, Spit out Ferrothorn right here, which can switch into Ask Greninja, which we otherwise do not deal with very well. So that is going to be the team. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out alongside me. And I'll be right back with our first match. Alright, we got our first match right here. Going to be up against a nice Aurora Veil squad. So I want to try to prevent as many turns of the Aurora Veil as I can, but unfortunately he gets it up on pretty much everything, so I'm actually going to lead off here with my Torn. As he actually leads off with Victini, that's actually not the lead I was expecting. What I wanted to do was knock off the Light Clay, even if it meant sacking Tornadus, just to make sure that he doesn't get as many screen turns as he potentially could. I do have Taunt on this, and I think he might try to Z Celebrate right away. I can just fire off my Z move. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. This will do a good amount, and he'll probably knock me out here with Banded V-Create if this doesn't knock him out. It doesn't, he goes for Bolt Strike, but we actually do live it because, the para is going to really suck. Because now he outspeeds me, but that means he's not Choice Banded. He might be Expert Belt or something, but I'm going to go out into my Landorus T right here. He might be mixed, that could be why he didn't do that much damage, but if he has a nice type move like Glaciate, it'll definitely be unfortunate. Goes right for Blue Flare, so he is mixed, and he's statusing all my Mons. Alright, I'm going to hope he stays in here, and doesn't expect me to be Scarf, but he'll probably switch out, just because, based on that damage, he should know I'm some sort of offensive variant, and Scarf is definitely pretty obvious right now, but I really need to get rid of this Victini. That paralysis really sucked though, but I'm really glad that we managed to bring this thing pretty low. He goes out into his Ferrothorn right here, so this is probably going to try to get up some sort of hazards right here. I'm just going to go out into my Rotom-Wash to try to defog those away. I'm not sure if he has Power Whip or not, but we're going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp first. And if he does have Power Whip, then we will be able to. He actually goes for a Leech Seed and misses. Definitely an unfortunate miss for him right there, but I'll just go right here for Defog and get rid of these hazards right now. Goes right for a Spike. I'm not going to let him do this. I'm pretty sure he has more rocks than I have, more hazards than I have Defogs though, so I'm actually just going to Volt Switch out now. And just go ahead and bring in my... I can go Magic Guard Clefable and start sitting up. I'm not sure if he has Gyro Ball or not, but the only problem with that is he still has quite a bit to threaten me, such as the Cortana, if it does pack Smart Strike. I think it's worth it though. We'll go Clefable right here as he goes for the Elite Seed, and thanks to our Magic Guard, he's not able to get any recovery. So we're going to try to start Combinding up. I'm not sure if he would go hard Cortana on this. He does not, which is nice. He just gets up his rocks, which is totally cool. And I'm just going to start firing off Moonblasts, I think, just because I don't want him going out into that Cortana. So that does a bit, as he does pack the Gyro Ball, but thanks to that burn, we are actually able to deal with that. So I'll continue to Calm Mind right here. I don't think you would go Cortana when I could just Moonblast again. So we get our Calm Mind up, and now I'll just recover right here, and then we'll knock him out the next turn. So there's a Gyro Ball. I can actually just recover until I'm at full. That's definitely a good plan. I definitely need to be careful about that Cortana, though. That could definitely sweep me right now. Mostly because he paralyzed me. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty much the biggest reason. We're going to Calm Mind again. And now I'm going to Soft Boiled right here. And I'm going to make sure that we're at a decent amount of health by the time he goes down. So let's go ahead and I can just knock him out right here, I think. Yeah, we're just going to knock him out with Moonblast. I probably should have stored Power one of those turns, just to, be at a little bit higher health, but that Magic Guard was definitely useful, and we're at a pretty good, decent amount of health right now, so hopefully we can take one hit from Cortana or Zard and click Stored Power against them. Ideally, he goes Tapu Lele, and it's not Choice Specs. He actually goes out into Ninetales, so I guess he's going to try to Hypnosis this, which is definitely unfortunate. I'm going to try to Moonblast right here. He goes right for Aurora Veil, and he doesn't take that much just because of the Aurora Veil right there, so I'm going to continue to Calm Mind now. Just because I do want to make sure that how powerful is my stored power now? He went for Freeze Dry, didn't do a lot. It's really strong, it's a base 180. I'm going to try to get up to +6. And hopefully he doesn't freeze me. Goes out into his Tapu Lele, which is totally fine. I'm going to click Psychic Terrain stored power right here. If he has Psyshock, it'll be unfortunate, but he might just have Psychic. He goes for Psyshock, but it looks like we'll be able to stall that out just because of the fact that, well, it's going to come down to our roll right here. He did 52.5, so hopefully we live on 1. He goes for Psyshock, we do live it just fine, and we're able to get our Soft Boiled off. So now we can just Soft Boil until the terrain is gone, and we should be good to go. There's another Psyshock. It's actually doing quite a bit. It's definitely scary. I'm playing around with crits right now, which I know that. We get another Soft Boiled off, and we're back at 60, and now the terrain's gone, so I'll go ahead and Soft Boiled right here. And now it's not doing a lot at all, so that's great. He's going to have to switch out eventually, and judging from the fact that he did not go Kartana, and the Veil's gone right now, which is great too. He might try to Hypnosis here, but I'm going to make the Calm Mind play again. Goes right for Aurora Veil. Now I'm going to Stored Power, because if he goes back out into Tapu Lele, I want to maximize my damage on that. And hopefully Clefable can come through. I'm glad that we got to click our Z move though, and hopefully Clefable can win this match for us. He goes out into Kartana. Do you really want to take this? That's a crit. I'm not sure if it mattered. I'll go ahead and calc it just because that could have been pretty big. Let's go ahead and calc that. Magic Guard. Let's go ahead and give ourselves +6 stored power. Something tells me it didn't matter, but it definitely could have against a Kartana. To say he was offensive, oh yeah, that definitely was killing, because even under Aurora Veil, which is right here, yeah, we knocked him out every time, so he's just going to go ahead and forfeit the match on that note, and Clefable comes through with that first match. Really glad that worked out, and I'll be right back with another battle. Alright, so we got another match right here, facing some weird variation of Chansey offense. I actually want to go ahead and check how much we do to Chansey with +6 Clefable, so let's go ahead and give us the Magic Guard set. Max HP, max defense, +6 against a Chansey. How much is our stored power doing? A defensive set, it's not taking a lot at all. This is going to be a really tough match. We need to break through Chansey with the Metronome Mamoswine, and we probably need to knock off its Eviolite too. So I'm actually going to lead off here with Torn, just because he's going to lead off with his Kartana. He should switch out, expecting his, like, some sort of attack. I'm going to go right here for the knockoff, because I know he's going to go like Zapdos or Scissors. So, he wouldn't go Scissor, because obviously the potential of Heat Wave. But what I can do right now is just, I have to switch out. I can go here into my Ferrothorn and start to get up hazards. He probably has the, what's it called, the Heat Wave though. So I'm going to go right here into my, we're going to make the Clefable play, just because we can soft boiled off any damage he might want to do. He just goes right for the Hidden Power, which is totally fine with me. I'm going to go ahead right here and just, I'm just going to throw off a, would have been nice to have hazards on this. I'm just going to throw off a Moonblast. See what exactly he wants to do. Goes right out into his Scissor, which is fine. We'll get our Clefable back up to a nice amount of health right here. And I can just go ahead and bring in my Rotom-Wash. He'll probably Mega Evolve and U-turn, is what I had to guess. But breaking through Chansey is going to be such a pain. He's actually not Mega, that's Choice Band. What's his Mega? Mega Latias, I guess. Goes right out into Tapu Lele. This is definitely unfortunate. I'm just going to go right here for the Hydro Pump, just because I want to scout what set he is. He does knock me out with Psyshock, so I'm pretty sure that's Specs. Unless Scarf actually just does that much damage, but this is going to allow me to bring in my Ferrothorn right here, and I can just start stacking hazards now. I can just go ahead and click. I'm going to Leech Seed first, just because he actually goes Kartana. Wow, maybe he expected a Leech Seed, but I can try to knock this thing off. It probably has like some sort of coverage for me. I get up a Spike. He goes right for the Swords Dance. So if he's timid Kartana, we might be in some trouble, but I'm going to try to knock him off right here. Goes right for Sacred Sword. We'll find out now if he's timid. If he's not, then we should be fine. He's not timid, so at the very least, we can go right here into our Tornadus and just go ahead and click an attack right now. Now, I think he's going to go Chansey, but I can't risk it. I'm just going to go right here for the Supersonic Skystrike. Actually goes right back out into Zapdos. Yeah, I couldn't risk it right there. I really wanted to predict that, but unfortunately, that's not going to do a lot at all. I'm going to go ahead and Taunt just because I don't want him roosting or defogging. He does try to roost up, which is cool, and I can just go right here into my Mamoswine now and start doing some work. We do our Metronome, so you know we can do some work with this Mon. I'm going to go ahead here and just click the, let's go ahead and click Icicle Crash. He should go Scissor, but he just stays in to sack the Zapdos, which is cool. And whatever he goes out into next actually won't appreciate the hit. He goes Scissor. I can stay in right here, but he's going to go for what, I guess Bullet Punch. I know he's banned though, so I'm just going to go here into my Landers to get the Intimidate off and go with that. Goes right for Bullet Punch. It does quite a bit because of the Choice Band, but I can U-turn out now on the Latias. No way I was clicking Earthquake right there. And this allows me to bring back in my Mamoswine. And I know we take a hit from this, so I can just go ahead and click Icicle Crash right here. Goes ahead and goes right back out into a Scissor. Now, unfortunately, that should kill after the next hit, but I can't risk it. I'm just going to go right here. He actually has Pursuit, which does quite a bit, but it's actually nothing that we can't handle. So he goes ahead and gets Intimidated right there. I'll just go ahead and U-turn, because he's pretty much forced to switch out. If he wants to stand, I know he's pursuing me, so I can just go ahead and go out into my... Torn right here. That Pursuit's not going to do a lot at all. And it's looking like we might be in a position soon where Scarf Landers can actually win the match for us. But I definitely have to be careful. So I'm going to knock off right here. And that does in fact just knock him out. Gets rid of the Choice Band, which I did expect. And let's see what he wants to respond with now. Is he really just making off my Hurricane Miss? We hit this. If we hit this, then we win. Which we don't. Hopefully we live in attack. Okay, so we need to hit this one. I probably should have taunted. Okay, come on, Tornadus, hit this. And we win the match, I think, because we knock off Lottie. We can knock off the Violate later. He's just going to preserve it, so I guess he didn't know whether we had Hurricane or not, but we confused that thing. I know we outspeed it, so I'll just go right here for the knockoff to knock it out. He Mega Evolves, and unfortunately we have to real knockoff like that, but we should be able to win this match now. Goes right out into Tapu Lele. I do have to switch out against this, just because it is kind of a problem. I think I can taunt it, I guess, but I can also knock off, but if it is Choice Scarf and goes for Size Shock, that could be a little bit of a problem. Scarf Lando is looking like it's in a really great position soon, though, so I'm actually going to go right here for the knockoff, I think. And knock off that Choice Specs, or it's actually Metronome, wow. And that just straight up OHKOs me. I was kind of hoping we would live that, but this gives me Landorus T. And I can just go right here for a nice Choice Scarf Earthquake, and pick up a knockout. Gives me the Tapu Lele, which is cool, and he goes out into the Kartana. I don't think Kartana lives the hit. I'm not going to lie, I doubt it does. And we're going to go ahead and calc right now whether that or not that crit mattered right there. Scarf Landorus against Kartana. He was Swords Dance. Earthquake, was that into grassy terrain? Oh, it's because it, oh, that's with the Aurora Veil. Okay, I was going to say, why is that doing so little? I still have not gotten rid of the Aurora Veil. Okay, so it definitely did matter, but the thing is, I would have put him in range of Ice Shard right there, and then I could have just spammed Earthquake against Chansey, and since I did have Metronome, we would have been doing more and more damage every turn, so I think we would have been fine anyway, but that's another nice win right there, and I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here, facing a nice Cloyster squad. Could be like a Shell Smash Sweeper. I definitely want to keep my Rotom healthy just for that. I'm going to go ahead and lead off here with my Tornadus, just to prevent a Rocks off of Tran or anything like that. Orlando actually ends up leading off with his Charizard. I'm not sure what this thing is. I'm just going to fire off my Z move turn 1. It is Zardois. We're not going to unfortunately OHKO this, and he'll probably knock me out with Fire Blast right here, but this will do a good amount. That is a lot. Goes for Flamethrower, which just knocks me out. So we got off a ton of damage on that thing, which is really great because I can actually just go out here into my Landorus T and proceed to pick this thing off with... Actually, we don't pick this thing off with anything. I'm going to U-turn. He should... I thought he would switch out fearing Stone Edge right there, but we get U-turn. Thankfully, he didn't stand in Flamethrower again. That could have been pretty problematic. I wish we can go Mamoswine and get up Rocks on the cost of quite a bit of health. I'm going to do it, though, just because... I want to kill that Zard on entry. I can alternatively like this Earthquake right here. I'm going to go for the Rocks though. And he probably clicked the Water type move. No, just click Moonblast, and that's, I think, no, that's Leftovers. That just does that much. We're going to Earthquake now. Do 50%. And that's actually fine, because since you knocked me out right there, you actually can't defog on Lando, I don't think. I think Lando knocks you out. Actually, doesn't Lando knock you out? That's 350 now. This is only 325 attack. I think I got to go Rotom, and... Dang, this is actually a really bad scenario. This Zardois matchup is not very great. I'm going to go here into Lando and just hope Earthquake picks up the knockout. I know it won't. Yeah, we barely miss out right there, but he's not getting at the hazards. I don't know why. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go for game. We're going to start Calm Minding right here. And hopefully he decides to defog then. Okay. And now we're just going to continue Calm Minding. I don't care how much... health you get back from Leftovers. He goes out into his Lando right here. I'll Soft Boiled on a potential Z move, I guess. Just because I'm not sure what this thing wants to do. Goes for Swords Dance. Okay. So now he probably knocks me out with Earthquake, so we're just going to go here into our Rotom. Goes right for Earthquake. Hopefully we live a hit and we can get off a Hydro Pump right here. He should switch out, but he's going to go for his Supersonic Skystrike. Continental Crush. So we found the one Continental Crush Lando on the ladder. And yeah, that's going to be that. Matchup was just super tough right there, and we really couldn't do anything. I honestly think we played fine, but That turn 1 sack was pretty unfortunate, and I'll be right back with another match. Alright, so pretty unfortunate in the last match right there, but hopefully we can bounce back this time and try to do well. But he could have fire coverage and Tornadus, and he could also lead off with Taunt to get up hazards. And it could even be like a random HP Fire Lando. I think he's going to lead off with one of those. And Mamoswine completely rips through this guy's team. So I'm actually going to lead off with it, hoping he leads with something that it does well against. Which he does. I don't want to take any Scarf hits with this though, so I'm actually just going to go here into my own Landers. Since Mamoswine does so much work, there's really no point in keeping it in right here. The only way it'll probably go down is if he has a random Grass Knot on Tapu Koko. Or if he is Scarf Flash Cannon Tran or Scarf Tyranitar, but I think it would be Mega Tyranitar and regular like Healing Wish support Latios on this type of team. But we get in our Landorus right here, and he's going to go ahead and switch out into his Tyranitar, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to try to U-turn out right here just because I'm not sure if he's going to click Ice Punch or Dragon Dance, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Rotom, which can definitely take this thing on. He goes up ahead and gets up his rocks right there. Definitely unfortunate. I would have loved to do the same, but I'll just go ahead and throw off a Will-O-Wisp, I think. He could go Tapu Bulu, but I think he actually go Tran expecting the Will-O-Wisp right here. So I'm actually just going to Volt Switch. He goes Lottie, so I guess that was a pretty good play too, just because it took on everything. I probably should have defogged in all honesty, just because now we have hazards, and now he has hazards and we don't. So let's go ahead and change that right now and bring out our Mamoswine. And just go ahead and get up hazards right now. I can attack, but it's entirely not worth it. He goes for Draco, we do live it, and now I'll just go ahead and throw off an Ice Shard to get some damage off, I think. Sucks that we had to lose such a big threat to his team, but honestly I think it was worth it to trade hazards. He's going to go ahead and Draco. So was that Specs Latios? I think it was. And this is going to allow me to go out into my Landers right here, and just go ahead and throw off a U-turn. He should switch out into his own Lando and preserve this as Death Fodder. That's what he's going to do, yeah. And this allows me to bring in my Torn. I'm not sure what set he is. I can also go Rotom. He is actually defensive, so good information right there. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring out my Clefable, just because if we start to Calm Mind up right here, we can actually put ourselves in a really nice position to win the match. He actually does not have a lot for this at this point. The only things he can really break me with are like Banded Tapu Bulu with like Wood Hammer, which is going to take like a ton of recoil damage anyway. And other than that, so now that we're at +1, I think we can stall out Flash Cannons from from, what's this thing called? Yeah, Tran. So I'm just going to go right here for Calm Mind. It is so late. Hopefully Clefable can come in right now. Come through right now. Hopefully doesn't go hard Tyranitar. He goes out into his Tapu Bulu. I'm going to Soft Boil just to scout the set. Goes for Wood Hammer. And takes a ton of damage. I can just spam this because I think that's Choice Band. Because this is max HP, max defense. Goes right for Horn Leech. And this is kind of an interesting scenario. I'm going to go right here for the Soft Boiled again just because he's going to Wood Hammer. And now I'll Calm Mind right here. No, actually that's not the play. Alright, so thankfully Terrain is gone, so we should live this next hit. Oh wow. Okay, so that did not work out how I planned. I was about to cancel on that turn that I clicked Calm Mind and go right for another Soft Boiled. I really should have just Soft Boiled it until the Terrain was gone, but now this match just became a lot harder for no reason. So we're going to go out into this and attempt to make something happen right now. We do have Superpower, which I guess is kind of clutch. It can come through. I'll go ahead and Hurricane right here and hopefully we hit it. Because I do want to preserve my Z move for like for the Lando. We do still have a Tapu Koko response with our Ferrothorn too. It could be HP Fire, but that play right there definitely made all the difference. We do connect a Hurricane. That he might switch out Scouting for the Fighting type move. I'm not sure. I'm clicking it anyway. And he probably should just Pursuit right here, but we got our Superpower off and knock him out, so that's good. And I think even with the boost, I don't think Lottie can come in and safely recover, so we might be fine. I think he has to go Tapu Koko right here and Volt Switch. There's the Tapu Koko. I'll go out into my Ferrothorn. And we'll go from there. It's really unfortunate. Clefable could have easily just won the match had I played that smarter, but now we gotta work for this. He's gonna go out into his Tran, which I can't stand right here. I gotta go out into my Rotom. He should just click the Fire type attack. And then I have to Volt Switch because I can't allow Lottie to come in and recover. There's a Magma Storm. Unfortunately for him, he missed it. And I'll just Volt because I don't want Lottie coming in to get free recovery. Goes out into the Tapu Bulu, actually. I guess that works too. I can go Ferrothorn and try to get up hazards, but no, I gotta go Torn right here. And probably just Hurricane, I guess. Hopefully we hit it. He might go hard Tapu Koko expecting the Hurricane. He doesn't really need Tapu Koko healthy for anything, he just needs it alive. But we do connect and knock that thing out, which is great. And it's actually looking like Torn might be able to bring it back for us, which sounds kind of insane. I'm going to go right here into my Rotom, just because he's going to go for Magma Storm. Hits it this time, glad for him. And he might have Protect, I'm not sure. I'm going to Volt Switch, just because he goes for Nature Power Energy Ball. That's a first, okay. We're going to go Lando. And I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn. I'm really not expecting him to stay in, just because my damage is not affected by grassy terrain because I am flying type, so I think you should go your own Landorus right here, which he's going to do. And now I just go out into my Torn. We already saw that this is a Rocky Helmet, so that's fine. I'll go ahead and fire off my Z move now. He might switch back out into Tran for sure. I really want a Superpower right here expecting that play, but if he stays in for whatever reason, I can't risk that. So if he does stay in, we need this to not come out. I think it should. Yeah, that does not come out, so we might be able to bring this back after all that nonsense with the Clefable right there. But let's see what he wants to bring out. After Lottie goes down, Scarf Lando wins. And Lottie can't come out right here. He has to go out into Coco and I guess a Volt Switch again or HP Ice. But I'm gonna go out into Ferrothorn anyway. It's gonna come down to 50-50s, I think, no matter what. I don't know why it's taking such a long time right here. I think you have to go Coco. If you go Heatran, sure you can Magma Storm me, but I just throw off a Superpower, I think. That would be my play. Because I can't switch in Lando, and we're just getting knocked out by Magma Storm. I think I was just with Superpower. So he does go Tapu Koko, which he should have done that entire time. And I can go Lando right here. It's kind of risky. If he HP Ices, I definitely don't want to take that on. I'm going to go Ferrothorn and hope he clicks Hidden Power. He does click Hidden Power, which is cool. And I'll just go ahead and... I don't want him to be not locked into his move, which I think is important. I'm going to go ahead and Leech Seed. He just goes right for that, and that's fine. I'll just throw off a Power. I'll just double Leech Seed because I think you go with a Tran right here, yeah. And we get some health back. I can't stay in. I got to go Torn. And pretty much I need to bait in that Lottie and knock it out. That's pretty much what this is going to come down to. But since we have a Leech Seed on this thing, unless he wants to double to Coco, which I don't think he would do. What is this? Corkscrew Crash? Inferno Overdrive. Is that going to knock me out? That just knocked me out. Alright, so I think this is what the match comes down to. Do I Earthquake or U-turn right here? I think I Earthquake. The problem is he's going to get recovery with Latias anyway, if I Earthquake. We're going to do it. Sacks off Tapu Koko, which I guess is smart. And now he goes out into Latias, and I have to go out into my Ferrothorn and throw off a Leech Seed and attempt to stall this thing out. If he doubles out into Tran, I think we just lose. I think we need to dodge a Magma Storm as we bring in Lando and then win another 50-50. This has been a great game though. I'm really enjoying playing this one out. But I definitely need to get two 50-50s right now. I need him to stay in as I go Ferrothorn, which he's actually going to trick me. That's fine. Am I faster than him with that Choice Scarf? I highly doubt it. We are not. And now I go back to Lando, I think. Just because... Well, we know he's leftovers, so... If we were to knock off on Lando, that would be so clutch right now. But I gotta somehow knock this thing out. I can knock off, but then that's not gonna do much for me. I'm gonna knock off, I think. He goes Tran. Yeah, I should have switched out. And we get rid of no item because he was Z-move. I just stay in, I think, and now I gotta go Lando and a Magma Storm miss now. That's what I mentioned earlier. And if he hits it, then that's going to be the game. So let's see what he does. He should just Magma Storm. He does miss it, so we definitely do still have a shot at this match right now. I'll go ahead and Earthquake, I think. And hope he doesn't go back to Lottie. He should go back to Lottie, but if he stays in, I think he might be able to win with Lottie anyway. It's going to depend on the set. If it doesn't have recovery, you might be fine though. So, if he doesn't have recovery, this is like a true 50-50 right now. He does stay in, and I think we might be fine because of that Magma Storm miss. I mean, I got the 50-50 wrong, so I guess the Magma Storm miss was kind of due, but he missed some earlier, I think, which was definitely unfortunate. I gotta go Ferrothorn. He goes right for Psyshock, and I just throw off a Leech Seed on this thing to first. He might have like Reflect type or something. He just goes for Psyshock again, because we're Scarf, okay? So I'll just stay in right here until he dies. Because... No, he has leftovers now, right? What item did we give him? Yeah, we gave him leftovers, but He's not doing enough damage to me, and unless he has a reliable recovery, he tries to Healing Wish. So yeah, that's going to be the game. So despite the fact that we got all those 50-50s wrong, we did manage to bring it back. And definitely an interesting scenario right there with the Clefable. I nearly canceled the attack, and I would have been able to sweep with it, but it's fine. We go ahead and pick up the win anyway. I'll drop a GG in chat right there. I really enjoyed that one, and I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here, up against a nice Mega Metachamp squad, which, speaking of that, we don't really have any anti-leads to that, so I'm just going to lead off here with Torn. He leads off with this Metacham, and now we're just going to go out into Ferrothorn to get off some Iron Barbs damage. I really think you fake out right here, and if you had jump kicks right away, good play. Goes right for fake out, so we get off some Iron Barbs damage, which is nice. And now he's definitely going to just click hide jump kick, so I'm going to go out here into my Landorus T, as he actually Ice Punches. Wow, very surprised. I guess that was pretty obvious. But this gives me Torn again, and Torn does a lot of work against this guy's team. I'm going to Hurricane on Toxapex, and now what we can do is just taunt it to prevent it from recovering. And he may double out. Lurking Landorus right there was definitely probably not my play at all, now that I look at the matchup, but it's fine. Goes right for Scald. Hopefully it doesn't burn me. Unfortunately it does. I'm just going to knock. Just because I think we don't really need damage with the knockoff, we just need its item gone. So we get off some knockoff damage. He just goes for Scald again. That's doing quite a lot. This thing's not very bulky, but I'm just going to go right here into my Clefable. Goes right for Scald again, which is totally fine. I'm just going to fire off a... Honestly, I'm going to double out into Mamo, because I think you go... Just click Scald again. Okay. Honestly, I'll take that. I'll just click Earthquake. I could make a mid-ground play and click a Rocks, but probably not the smartest decision. He might go Latios for sure. I'm going to Earthquake. He just stays in, so that's great. We knock out that thing, and now I guess he goes Latios, unless he's... He could also go Cortana. If he's Timid Cortana, he probably wins right here. I might just have to stay in an Earthquake against that thing. We are Metronome, so if he goes out into a mon that Earthquake does well against, we might be able to just stay in. So there's Cortana. I think I just have to stay in right here. He goes for Leaf Blade and knocks me out. We'll see what Beast Boost he gets. He gets an attack Beast Boost, which means it's probably the Scarf. I'm going to go Ferrothorn right here and just throw off a Leech Seed. Not sure what his switch in would be. Goes out hard into Metacham. This guy's playing really risky. And now he gets to click high jump kick for free, which definitely sucks. I'm going to hope he chokes though. He just clicks high jump kick, which was definitely his play right there, so I don't blame him. And now we just go back out into this. It's still not over. Torn can actually win the match, but I have to hit my Hurricanes. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. Goes out into the Excadrill. This thing's probably going to get up a Rocks or something. We actually confused it. Do I play off the Confusion Hacks? I'm really far on the back right now, but I'm still not going to play off of it. I know he has Mold Breaker, but he's actually going to hit himself right there, which was kind of what I was going off of. And right here, I'll just Hydro Pump, I think. Gets up Rocks, which is definitely unfortunate. But at least we get rid of that thing, and I think Torn might be able to come through. Goes Tapu Bulu. We're not going to be faster, are we? I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, just on the off chance we are. We are faster, wow. That's actually very useful. He goes for Horn Leech, which doesn't do a lot because of that. And I can actually just defog these hazards away. I don't care about that fact. Goes out into the Cortana, so he might have actually gotten me right here just because I'm actually not... I don't know, it's going to come down to how much Torn takes. I just have to Will-O-Wisp right here on the off chance he doesn't go for Leaf Blade. Now I go Torn, and I don't think we take +1 in the grassy terrain. No way. Tornadus is a paper bag, but I just Hurricane on the off chance we do. If we do, though, then we actually should be able to win the match. If we don't, though, then it's over right now. Sacks off his Metacham, which is definitely smart. We hit the Hurricane, which is really nice. And let's see what he wants to bring in. I guess he's going to try to go for the Smart Strike sweep. Goes Lottie. I switch out right here. And to Clef. Goes right for Gigavolt Havoc, which is fine. I'll just soft boiled up. If he has Smart Strike and he's Scarf, that'll definitely be unfortunate. But hopefully he doesn't have like Psyshock right here. Just goes Tapu Bulu. I'll just start Calm Minding up. I think I soft-boiled first, though, because he's probably going to click Woodhammer. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and click soft-boiled right here. I can also just go hard Tornadus and play off that, but the problem is... I think I have to do that, yeah. Goes Cortana. We take a hit from this unless it's... I think we take one Smart Strike, so I'm just going to Hurricane. Once again, I'm pretty sure +1 Leaf Blade and Terrain would have knocked me out, so I don't know why he switched out on that. Goes Latios. Hopefully we hit it. We do. And that does 2-hit KO. Do I just click it again? Yeah. Honestly, I don't need an IZ move at this point, because I think I just Skystrike right here. I mean, I don't know how much I do to Bulu, but I'm gonna have to connect one on Kartana anyway, which I think is important. He's gonna go ahead and forfeit, which I don't get why. Maybe he didn't have the Steel type move on Kartana. If he didn't have the Steel type move, then that would definitely have made the difference right there. But we definitely got lucky hitting all those Hurricanes. But I'm glad we managed to come through. And I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here. We'll probably end it off on this one. This guy has a lot of setup options. Well, a lot of threatening setup options with Zygarde plus Mega Mawile right there. Mamoswine can check both, which is nice. But I'm going to go ahead and lead off here with my Torn. Leads off with Zapdos, so not the lead that we wanted. I'm just going to switch out into my Ferrothorn. He's probably going to have Heat Wave though. That's probably not a smart idea. I can Taunt, but he's just going to click Discharge and do some work. I can also Knock Off to get rid of the item. But I'm going to go Clefable. Just because it worked out the first match. He just clicks Discharge, which doesn't do that much. Unfortunately, paralyzes me right away, which definitely sucks. I'm going to make a double right here into Mamoswine. Just because it can deal with the Heatran switch in to try to get up a Rocks. Which I thought he would make. And I can just go ahead and Earthquake right here. And knock that out. I was definitely not clicking Rocks when this mon does so much work against his team. Goes out into the Keldeo now, which is perfectly fine. I can go Rotom on a Secret Sword. Rotom can take both actually, so I'll just go out into it. It doesn't actually do well against Zygarde because 1,000 arrows, so I can Volt Switch out right here pretty freely. I think I'm just going to Hydro Pump though. Because that looks like Scarf damage. It could be Waterium too. Hopefully this breaks the Substitute. Unfortunately doesn't, so, but, did we get, no, he's leftovers, so we're, what, the 50% berry, yeah. So we're gonna Volt now, goes right for Calm Mind, which is fine, I just go Torn now. And, fire off my Supersonic Skystrike, I think. He might switch out, he probably should switch out into Zapdos, but on the off chance he wants to stay in, yeah, this should knock you out. This is a Z-Torn. And, crit, we're gonna go ahead and clock the crit right now. Tornadus. Flynium Z against a Keldeo at +1. Let's just assume he was offensive. +1 Spit F. Hurricane's still doing that much. Yeah, that crit did not matter whatsoever. And he's going to go ahead and go out into his Zygarde right here. I'm going to Taunt so he can't set up. And he does just try to Dragon Dance. And now I'll just start clicking Hurricane. Goes out into the Zapdos, which is fine. And I'll go back to Clefable now. And try to get it healthy with the Soft Boiled. The only way I'm actually going to end up losing is to Mega Mawile, and I definitely need to keep my Mons healthy to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to Soft Boiled up now. He should probably go Drill to get up Rocks, but just goes right into Mawile. I'll go Lando now, just because he's going to try to Swords Dance. I'll just Earthquake. And we deal with him. He might just go for the Sucker Punch crit, to be honest, but Zapdos was definitely his play right there, so I'm glad he did that. Made the correct play, and I'll just go out into Clefable again. Goes right for the Hidden Power. This allows me to just throw off a Moonblast now. I'm not sure if he'll stay in or not. I don't think he should. He does? Okay. So this is gonna just let me Soft Boiled. He is at -1 now, so he's not doing a lot to me at all. Well, unless he crits me like that. But we're gonna Soft Boiled up again. Goes out into the Drill. I gotta go Rotom right here. Goes right for Iron Head. Not sure if he's faster than me, but if he is, he can probably knock me out with 1,000 arrows, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's go for Hydro Pump on the off chance he's not faster than me. Goes back to Zapdos, which is smart, because I don't think he knew my set yet, but we get off a bit of damage, and I just want to burn this thing to hurt its residual recovery, so now I'll Volt Switch out. Hopefully his Discharge knocks me into range of my Iapapa berry. Goes for Discharge. The crit actually allowed me to do that, so the crit kind of hurt him, which is funny. And I'll go out into Mamo now, and just go ahead and click Icicle Crash. He doesn't have any switch-ins. I mean, Drill can switch in and probably take one, but then I just go back to Rotom, because we did get our berry right there. I mean, he could Earthquake, it does have Mold Breaker, but he's been playing his team really safe, which with a team like this, with a ton of setup, you don't play that safe. He does go back to Drill, and hopefully this does quite a bit. It does, which is nice, and I'll just go right here into my Rotom again. I could just go Ferrothorn too. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just go ahead and Leech Seed right here. Goes right into his Mawile, which is cool. I'll just go ahead and let's go Lando on the Swords Dance, and I'll just Earthquake right here again. There's no point in me predicting him. Actually goes out into the Zygarde, which is an interesting decision. It won't be able to sweep me unless it gets a ton of Dragon Dances up and then knocks me out with extreme speed. I'm talking about my Mamoswine, obviously. I think I'll just stand an Earthquake, because we are Scarf and we do outspeed you. And he should know I'm Scarf too, so he should just switch out right here. I'm not sure if that was a 50% berry, but I think it's a Dragonium based on how he's played it. Because it looks like he's yeah, we outspeed right there and knock him out. He's just going to go ahead and forfeit the match. So yeah, that guy had no way to win. And yeah, definitely with a team like this, you definitely want to play more offensively. But we're going to go ahead and end off the live right there. Hope you guys enjoyed. We ended up going 5-1, which is really nice. I think that we might have ended up in the 1700s, which is cool. But yeah, the team is down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out alongside me. And if you are new, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.